Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today we are doing a strong but slow vinyasa for hips and for an open heart. Now, if that sounds good to you, roll out your mat and we'll get into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. Now we'll make our way to our Tadasana, or our mountain pose, by bringing ankles underneath of the hips or bringing the feet all the way together. We'll pick up the toes, spread them out nice and wide before setting them back down. Lift the shoulders up to the ears, work them back and down the spine, and rotate the shoulders back by bringing the pinky fingers forward. We'll close the eyes and take a few deep breaths here as we continue to press down through the feet to help us lift tall through the spine. With our next in-breath, we'll circle the arms up overhead, reaching with the fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll drop the fingers to the shoulders, bringing our thumbs behind the shoulders and the rest of the fingers out in front of the shoulder. We'll find a swimming motion with our upper body as we try and keep the hips and legs stable where they are. So just moving the shoulders and a little bit through the core. Now switch directions, swim backwards, really reaching with those elbows. We'll bring both elbows out in front and curl in towards the belly button, chin to chest. And an inhale, we'll take the elbows up and back as we lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades into the spine, and take the eyes up slightly. Exhale, we'll bring the eyes back to a more natural place. Bring the chest forward, and we'll circle the arms around behind the body, interlocking the fingers, and we'll gently pull the shoulders back first, and then down. Now we can stay here. This is a great stretch, or we can continue to pull those fingers down towards the floor, adding a little more of a bend to the knees as we lift the chest up to the ceiling and take the eyes up as well. With an inhale, we'll lift back up. Take a moment to pause here. Eyes move forward. And we'll put a little more bend to the knees. And then we'll do the opposite, hinging from the waist. And we'll lift the arms up as we soften the chest forward. Gravity will help keep those hands pressed up towards the head. And we can pause here, or we can find a little side to side with the arms. Slowly drop the hands down to the low back first. Move the shoulders forward, and then we'll release the arms down in front of the body. Wiggle out some more, however feels right to you. We can pedal the legs, or we can grab for opposite elbows and find a sway to the upper body. With our next inhale, we'll find a halfway lift, lengthening from the tailbone out through the top of the head. Exhale, hinging forward. We'll drop the arms straight down and limp from the shoulders. And we'll drop the top of the head to the floor as well. Starting at the hips, at the base of the spine, we'll roll one vertebrae up past the next. Now really take your time with this. Move slowly, adding as much of a bend to the knees as you need to keep you balanced. We'll lift the shoulders and then the head last. So lifting all the way up through the spine before lifting head and neck. We'll roll the shoulders out or shrug the shoulders a few times at the top. With our inhale, we'll reach up to the ceiling again. Exhale, sweep the arms out to the side as we bow the chest forward. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll drop the hands down in front of the feet, adding as much bend to the knees as we need to get there. Hopping or stepping back to our plank. We'll spread the fingertips out nice and wide. We can drop the knees from here or keep them lifted as we shift forward. Elbows come in, chaturanga, to an up dog or a cobra. Really pressing down with the hands so that the ears are not squished by the shoulders. We'll press the hips up and back behind to our down dog. Wiggle it out. We'll extend our left leg up and back behind. Reach with the toes. And then we'll bend at the knee, bring knee to nose as we shift forward and step that left foot down. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Press down through that front foot to lift us for our crescent lunge. Arms sweep to the ceiling, bending into our left knee as we're lifting tall through the spine. Again, we'll circle the arms back and around behind us. Interlocking the fingers, pull the shoulders back by drawing the hands down. We'll humble warrior from here, so we can keep our back heel lifted, or we can drop it down. Either way, whatever feels right and most balanced in your body. With our exhale, we'll hinge from the waist. Soften the chest to the inside of our left knee. And the arms will reach up towards the ceiling. With our inhale, we'll draw the chest up again. Untangle the fingers, reach them up to the sky, maybe lift the chest a little higher, and then we'll bring our right hand down beside our left foot. Gentle twist. Exhale, we'll drop our right hip towards the floor. Now it doesn't have to touch, it can stay lifted if that's more comfortable. Inhale to come back up. 2 more, exhale, soften that hip. Inhale to lift back up. 1 more. And back up. Untwisting. We'll frame out our left foot, popping us up onto the left. Now our right leg is going to hug to the outside of our left knee. So we're on the outside of our left side of the mat. Inhale to extend. Exhale to come in, bending through both legs as we hug them in close. Pressing back and back in. Pressing back and back in. One more. And then we'll bend at the right leg and step it down beside the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan diving the arms. Sweep them out to our sides as we lift up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step or hop to your plank. Shift forward. Chaturanga lower. To our up dog or cobra. And to our down dog. Play around here some more. Swivel the hips or pedal the legs. Or you can even find a little bit of a bounce. Now we'll pick up the right, press it up and back behind. Bring knee to nose as we shift forward. And step the right foot to the top of the mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Press through our front foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. We're bending through our right knee. Arms are reached to the ceiling. Sweep the arms back behind, interlocking the fingers. Pull the shoulder blades into the spine and the hands down. Exhale to humble warrior. Keep in mind you can drop that left heel to the floor for a little bit more grounding. Inhale to lift up. Crescent lunge, unlatching the fingers, maybe lifting the chest a little more. Exhale, we'll soften our left hand down beside the right, and then reach the right up for a gentle twist. Rotate to the side of our left foot. Drop the hip towards the floor. Inhale to lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale to lift, and one more. We'll come back around so the chest is facing down, framing out our right foot. Pop us up. Press the left leg back behind. Exhale, we'll bring knees in together, bending through both knees, taking the left knee towards our right side, and then extending the left back. Curling in and pressing back, curling in and pressing back. One more. Good. We'll bend the left leg to step it down beside the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive the arms. Up to the ceiling we go again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll cactus our arms, bringing elbows alongside our shoulders. And we'll find a gentle lifting of the eyes and the chest as we squeeze those shoulder blades into the spine. Inhale to lift the arms up again. Exhale, wiggle out as we reset. We'll make our way back to the top of the mat. With an inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, we'll bring hands to heart center as we press the tailbone back, And down for our chair pose. Drop the hands down. We'll make a large circle as we lift back up to the sky. Hands come together. Exhale, hips go back and down, chair pose. We'll press the hands against each other and then move our right elbow over towards the outside of our left knee. We're pressing knee into elbow, elbow into knee to help us twist the chest open to our left side a little further. And we can keep the hands here, or we can extend both arms to find a little more twisting. Exhale, we'll bring hands back together as we move our weight into our left foot. Pick up the right. Now we can do little hops back, or we can pick it up, press it up and back behind, and set it down. Untwist the chest, lift the chest up as we reach the arms to the ceiling, crescent lunge. Now I'll drop our right heel down as we lengthen out through our front leg. Hips will go back behind as we reach long with the fingers. Hinging forward slowly to our pyramid pose, where we can bring hands to our leg, hands to the floor, or hands to a prop. From here, we can either add the bend back into our left leg first, or we can float back up the way we came with our straight leg, and then bend into that knee. We'll lift us up onto our left and set our right down. Wiggle out some more. With an inhale, we'll reach tall to the ceiling. Exhale, bowing the chest forward. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive the arms as we lift back up. Exhale to our cactus, maybe baby back bend. Reach the arms up. We'll bring hands to heart center as we move to that chair pose. Hips go back and down as we bend through the legs. We'll make that big circle with the arms, drop them down, lift us up. Hands come back together. And we squat down to our chair pose. Again, press the hands against each other. And we'll bring our left elbow to our right knee. Gentle twist. Press the knee into the elbow and elbow into the knee. And then we have that option to extend both legs and find a little further twisting. We'll bring hands back together as we move our weight into our right foot. Pick up the left, extend it back. We'll untwist the upper body and then press up. Reach to the ceiling, crescent lunge. And we'll lengthen out through our right leg as we drop the left heel down. Hips will go back behind as we reach forward with the fingers before we soften towards our right leg. We can either float back up with our straight leg, or we can bend the knee first as we reverse, lifting the chest up. Back to our crescent lunge. We'll pop us up onto the right and drop the left down. Wiggle out. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, half high. Exhale, drop the hands, step or float to your plank. Fingers go wide as we chaturanga to an up dog or a cobra. Press down through the hands. And then we'll move the hips up and back behind for our down dog. We'll lift the left leg up to the sky. And then bend at the knee, draw knee to nose. And we're going to cross the legs. So our left leg is now on the inside with our toes pointed over to our right side. We'll drop to the inside of our right foot as we press back, bringing our hip towards our right heel. Move forward again. Chest comes around. Rotate onto the tippy toes. Hips up and back. Knee to nose. And we'll shift it the rest of the way forward before setting it down. Making our way to our pigeon pose. We'll walk the hands into the chest to lift the chest up tall. And we can stay here in our pigeon, or we can move to a sleeping pigeon by softening the hips forward, stacking the arms and resting the forehead on top. We'll walk the hands back into the chest so we can frame out that left leg. Tuck the right toes under. We'll press the leg up, bringing left knee to the chest as hips go up and back, three-legged dog. To our down dog. Wiggle out the hips. We'll press the right leg up and back behind. Bring knee to the nose and cross the legs. We'll drop to the inside of our left foot as we press the hips to the back of our mat. Shift forward, turn towards the mat again, and we'll lead with our right knee as we soften it down to the top of the mat. Press the hips up, press the hips back to find that pigeon pose. Walk hands into the chest to lift the chest up tall. And then we can hinge forward from here for our sleeping pigeon, or we can stay up. We'll walk the hands back in to frame out our right knee. Tuck the left toes under. Lift right knee to the chest. And then we'll press it up and back, three-legged dog. To our down dog. Wiggle out some more. And then we'll shift forward so our shoulders are over the wrists. Bending at the knee to find a floating table or bear pose. Knees hover over the mat. Press down through the arms. And then we'll drop the knees the rest of the way down, untuck the toes. Chest goes forward as the eyes lift and the tailbone moves up. Exhale, curl in towards center. Arch up through the spine. Back and forth with some cat-cows. Head back through our tabletop, and we'll move to a child's pose. We can either take the knees out further to soften the chest between the legs, or we can keep the legs together. We can keep the arms out in front of the body, or we can bring them in closer. We'll start lifting the chest back up by walking the hands into the body. And we'll take a moment here to slow the breath down further. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. Now, if you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out, and then you get more videos like this. Now, I really recommend following this practice up, or any practice up, with some shavasana, or a mindful breathwork practice to help let all that goodness really soak in and continue on throughout your day. Now, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great week. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.